So if you're confused between HEC Paris MIM and ESSEC MIM, this is probably one of the most expensive confusions of your life, because whichever one you choose will shape your career, your peer group, your internships, your first salary, and very likely the trajectory of your entire career. I know this is not a both are amazing, just follow your heart video, but by the end of this, you will know which one aligns best with your profile and your ambition. Let's start with the obvious: rankings. So, HEC Paris Masters in Management is currently ranked number 1 globally by the Financial Times and number 1 in the QS as well. ESSEC Masters in Management is ranked 5th by the Financial Times and again number 3 in QS. So yes, on pure global prestige metrics, HEC has a slight numeric edge. But rankings don't build career, positioning does. So let's talk structure, because this is where the programs meaningfully differ. HEC follows the classic grande école structure. Year 1 is academically rigorous: micro, macro, accounting, statistics, corporate finance, strategy, marketing. It's intellectually demanding and broad-based. Year 2 is where specialization kicks in, and HEC offers more than 20 majors: M&A, international finance, digital marketing, entrepreneurship, luxury public management, and lots more. On top of that, HEC offers interdisciplinary certificates focused on company-sponsored modules in niche domains like data science, energy, finance, and luxury. These aren't cosmetic add-ons, these are structured credentials that strengthen domain position. There is also the optional gap year between year 1 and year 2, which is around 6 to 18 months. This is extremely powerful. Many high-performing students use this period for consulting internships, investment banking, off cycles, or startup ventures. If used strategically, that gap year can completely transform your CV before graduation. Now let's compare that with ESSEC. ESSEC's MIM is more structurally integrated with industry. It offers 47 majors, yes, 47 majors across finance, entrepreneurship, digital business, luxury, public policy, operations, and more. But the real differentiator is this: ESSEC requires 12 months of professional experience during the program. And no, this is not optional. This is 100% required. And ESSEC pioneered the apprenticeship track. In this format, students work 6 months in a company, then study 6 months in rotation. The company pays tuition and you earn a salary. Financially, this reduces the risk. Professionally, it guarantees depth, and this can be very helpful for Indian students. So the first clarity point is this: HEC gives you flexibility and optionality. ESSEC gives you built-in industry immersion. Let's talk about a component that many applicants ignore: diversity and cohort composition. Both schools are highly international. At HEC, typically more than 40 nationalities are represented, and the class is close to gender balance. Courses are taught fully in English, and you will sit next to classmates from Europe, Asia, Latin America, and Africa. ESSEC also has 40 plus nationalities represented, and roughly 40 to 45% women in the MIM cohort are women. But what makes ESSEC unique is its physical global footprint. With campuses in Sargi, La Defense, Singapore, and Rabat, the school actively operates across Europe, Asia, and Africa. Students often spend time across geographies, making it one of the most globally distributed grande école experience. If global exposure is central to your identity, ESSEC structurally pushes you outward. HEC gives you access to 100 plus exchange partners and SEMS opportunities, but ESSEC embeds cross-continental exposure directly into the model. So let's address something very important for Indian applicants. Based on our observation and reviewing thousands of LinkedIn profiles over the years, HEC appears to have a noticeable concentration of students from IITs, top NITs, SRCC, top DU colleges, and leading Indian B schools. And this is not an official preferred state by the school, but a pattern visible in the admitted cohort profiles. What does that strategically mean? If you come from a highly competitive academic background with strong quantitative credentials, HEC's historically academic and theory-driven rigor may align very well with your position. ESSEC, on the other hand, often showcases slightly more academic diversity in terms of feeder institutions and professional trajectories. Strong leadership, entrepreneurial exposure, or meaningful internship can significantly strengthen your case, even if your academic pedigree is less traditional. Let's talk about curriculum nuance. At HEC, beyond majors and certificates, there are specialized tracks and advanced academic components integrated into the grande école framework. The program also allows double degrees with institutions like École Polytechnique or Sciences Po, and HEC is a founding member of SIMS, which adds another elite global layer. At ESSEC, apart from majors and apprenticeship models, there are structural leadership and thematic models integrated into the program architecture. One of the distinctive academic components include chair-based models and industry-backed academic initiatives, such as the ESSEC chair style modules that bring corporate partnership and sector-specific research directly into the classroom. These chairs connect students with sponsored projects, sector exposure, and real-world strategic challenges, reinforcing the ESSEC's hands-on identity. So while HEC leans slightly more academic in tone, ESSEC operationalizes industry collaboration inside the curriculum itself. Let's move to careers, because ultimately ROI matters. HEC places around 95 to 96% of students within 3 months of graduation. Average salaries are roughly around 65 to 70,000 euros. Top consulting in finance offers exceeding 100,000 euros. Recruiters often include McKinsey, BCG, Bain, Goldman Sachs, Amazon, L'Oreal, and more. And HEC alumni include CEOs like Jean-Paul Egon of L'Oreal. ESSEC also places roughly 95% within 3 months. The average starting salary is around 70,000 euros. Recruiters overlap heavily with HEC. McKinsey, BCG, Bain, JP Morgan, Google, LVMH. And ESSEC alumni also includes Nicolas Hieronymus of L'Oreal. And then again, few other, very well-known personalities. Now, here's the perception nuance. HEC historically carries slightly stronger signaling power in elite consulting and high finance circles within Europe. ESSEC is often perceived as highly entrepreneurial, practical, and industry-embedded. So ask yourself, do you want maximum brand leverage with flexibility or structured professional depth baked into your academic journey? Let's talk admissions reality. HEC's average GMAT is around 710, which is around 645 in your GMAT focus edition. And competitive range realistically starts from, let's say, around 625, 635, right? But for overrepresented Indian male engineers targeting consulting or finance, I would suggest getting anywhere above 675, and that would be a safe score. Now again, ESSEC's average GMAT is around 680, and again, focus edition score would be anywhere around 635, 625. And ESSEC strongly values in leadership initiative and international outlook. Neither schools admits numbers, they admit stories. A 720 GMAT with vague goals can fail. A 680 with strong internships, leadership impact, and crystal clear logic can win. And by logic, I mean your career logic, like how do you plan to achieve your career goals. And here's the final strategic takeaway. HEC is often better suited for candidates who want maximum optionality, academic prestige, and the flexibility to architect their own trajectory. Especially if you come from a strong quantitative or elite academic background. ESSEC is often better suited for candidates who want guaranteed work integration, global campus exposure across continents, and structured professional depth with potentially lower financial pressure through apprenticeship. Both are elite, both are grande equal, both are triple accredited, but both open global doors differently. So your fit determines your outcome. So if you're serious about targeting HEC or ESSEC, don't just compare rankings, audit your profile. Understand cohort patterns, build internships aligned with your post-MIM goals, craft a narrative that fits the school's DNA. Because at this level, everybody is intelligent, and the different is strategic alignment. If you want more high clarity, no bluff breakdowns like this, subscribe to this channel. And if you're genuinely aiming for HEC Paris or ESSEC for the next intake, reach out to us. We work with a limited number of high intent applicants each year, and we focus on building profiles that compete where it actually matters, in front of the admissions committee. And between HEC and ESSEC, there is no bad choice, but there is definitely a wrong preparation strategy. So my suggestion would be targeting both the schools, because both of them have very low acceptance rate. And then once you have the offers, then you can use the points in this video to filter out your option. All the best.